I try and look at the positives on the COVID.
Yeah, you have to.
Try.
What else is it to look
I
at?
try, like the environment hopefully is a little bit better. I do think though that people's mental health definitely, naturally, of course, it was going to suffer under any form of pandemic, whether or not it's a war or whether or not it's a virus.
Yeah.
So how we nurture people now is the most important, and music is incredibly important, and it lifts your soul. So to have live music again is important, but also to have things like this is even more a priority, because this is what's keeping that flow and that momentum going.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I'd like to think so. Yeah. We had a lot of good discussions on this podcast so far, and I've learned so much from different people. Yeah, and we get like a lot of nice messages from people after. It's like, oh, I'm really glad you talked about mental health stuff, and it helped me deal with some things. So yeah, I think stuff like just genuine conversations with people, and actually like I've said this so many times, like when else in your life do you sit down at a table with someone for like, and you're forced to talk for like 2 hours?
Yeah.
And you're not in a pub or a bar, and you just go like, I'm gonna go get a drink now. I'm done with this conversation.
Yeah.
Sounds fuck off. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, my mate's over there scoring. You know, it's like.
Or I'm just gonna get really drunk, so I don't even have to remember. The
That's
conversation.
horror.
I don't remember what I said last time.
But yeah, you never get that opportunity. It's such a nice thing to be able to do that, and to actually get to know someone past the usual, general questions and whatever. And especially as I feel like it's something we need during this time when we're all so disconnected from each other.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's just, it's part of our world, this. So you could either, struggle like a salmon up a river. Sometimes my life has been like salmon's. Or you can go the path of allowance, and and find that downstream and go with it. And like I said, look, if you've got a talent and you've got something that you've been burning to do, now is the perfect time to do it. You can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
You can create your own podcast, your own album. There's equipment out there that's some of it's free and some of it's not free. But if you're truly a creative, that's going to be an exciting project to see what can I create from this. And definitely, even if you play spoons at home, maybe you could play some forks. Who knows? Add a few knives, and safety first, though.
Yeah, not sharp knives, people.
But yeah, I mean, my vision is strong of getting to go over to Italy and and getting to perform with some incredible artists, and I'm not like, if it doesn't happen, like obviously was hoping to go over there to Belgium so we could record in the studio, but it hasn't happened. But actually, we're developing our relationship, and
that's important.
And I'm going to watch Disney in Italian.
Okay, you're going to learn a bit of the
Ciao
Italiano.
Bella.
Wow, she can't be stopped.
I know. Don't stop me now. So yeah, I can totally imagine how much difficult it has been for people who aren't into like mindfulness things. But actually, if you're into walking, if you're into reading, if you like a good brew, if you like being with your mates, they're all forms of meditation, because they're all forms of meditation to make you present.
Yeah.
So, whether you're playing football, just listening to the birds. There's some right cheeky birds where I live. You've got all different conversations. So zoning into different sounds is lovely as well. But getting out in nature it was hard when you were only allowed out for one. Do you remember when you were at the beginning?
1 hour,
yeah.
wasn't it?
And kind of like making that hour really worth it.
Sucking it all in, staring
where
at
can I
everything.
jump into that's nature? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Or if not, get plants.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to catch up on new episodes every week. Also, check us out on our Facebook and Instagram at RecRooms, where you can find out about our other exciting music series. We also have this and all our other episodes of the podcast up on our RecRooms YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. See you next time.